What's going on, everyone? Cameron Blazy here. Welcome to PBAJ Season 2 Draft Breakdown. Now, I took place in Season 1, and I didn't record because it was just meant for fun. And now I'm just like, hey, I want to show the people how life works in the PBAJ, where I win, even though I started off 5-0 and didn't even make playoffs because I suck. But, who cares? This season's going to be insane. There's so many good battlers on here. You got Greg, Tampa Bay, who's now no longer Tampa Bay, by the way. Bars. Just kidding, I'm bad. You got Ace. Ace is a pretty good friend, really good battler. He has a sand team like no other. You got David, our week 1 opponent. David, you're not going to like me after week 1. If you already don't like me enough, but after week 1 it's over. I'm sorry. You got Mapston in here. You got people like Count. Count's not that good. Let's be real, Count's not that good. Anyway, we got our 11 Pokemon. I'm nervous a little bit, but who cares? We're just going to go over the team. So, starting off, we have to draft something we're comfortable with, something that feels good. And you know what feels good? Clicking V-Crate. And the only other Pokemon that gets V-Crate is Rayquaza gets it and Smeargle gets it. So let's grab Victini because it's the best V-Crate user that we can use. It also has a really good move pool. It gets V-Crate, Blue Flare, it can kill dragons with Dazzling Gleam. It gets Energy Ball for them, Quagsires. It can be physical with Flame Charge to sweep teams. Fusion Bolt. Whoa, what the heck is this? What is this? What? I'm honestly confused because they don't have this thing. Well, we're gonna just ignore that. I've never seen this before in my life, but okay. It gets Overheat, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt. It gets a really good variety of moves. It gets Trick. You can trick a wall such as like Gastrodon, a Choice Scarf, and it will be like stuck, can't do much. I'm trying to see if it'll go away. Anyway, and Bolt Strike is a base 130 attack, and it's really good. It's a base 100 Pixie, or whatever you want to call this thing. Which means it can be run many different ways. It can be a physical sweeper, it can be a special sweeper, it can be a wall breaker, it can be a defensive set, it can be a substitute set, it can be just... The way this thing can be ran is very, very diverse, and that's what I love about Pokemon. Some Pokemon are diversity. Diversity to me is very important, and the champ is here. He was the MVP of last season. I did not have him, my good friend Greg did. But the champ is here, and he's ready to roll, and probably be top 5 in kills, already calling it. So, next, we needed a dragon type, and I panicked when I grabbed this. Do I have a little regret grabbing it? A little bit, but we're going to go with it, because Hydreigon was still on the board, and I should have grabbed it. I'm pretty sure Hydreigon was still on the board, but you can't be perfect, it's whatever. So we grabbed Latios. Butter Rocket is here. If you want to talk about diversity, Latios is pretty diverse in my opinion. It can be ran so many ways. I've seen Assault Vest, it can be a Choice Scarf, it can be Specs, Leftovers, it has a really good move pool, it has Calm Mind Sweeper, it's a defogger, so that helps out with Victini. Dragon Claw, it does not get Dragon Dance, sadly. It does get Healing Wish, so like if Victini gets paralyzed and is dying, we can just Healing Wish into it. It gets Home Claws, so I can Home Claw, Sucker Punch, Outrage, and Zen Headbutt, and just sweep teams. Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, Sucker Punch, Sword, like I said, Thunder Wave, Trick, another Trick user. It does get Wish, so you can Wish Pass. It goes Waterfall as well, which is interesting. Toxic is there. Tailwind for the team. Calm Mind is pretty nice, but I like the Life Orb set the most. It just hits really hard with Stab, Draco Meteors, Energy Ball for like your ground types, Ice Beam for other dragons and other like flying types and dragon types and whatnot. And Slice Shock to hit those specially off defensive mons. You can just you have a Assault Vest user. Sorry, Slice Shock. So Butter Rocket is here. 80 HP, 80 attack, 90 defense, 110 special attack, 130 special defense, and 110 speed. So this gives me a mon at 100 speed and 110 speed. And speed tiers are very good in League format. You need to have some diversity in your speed tiers. And right now I have 2 mons that are pretty fast that hit really hard too. And both can be run defensive and offensive at the same time. So I feel like my team, even though it's like most of the things I have can be one-dimensional, there's a lot of things on here that are like really like you can't like prep just for V crate, because if I bring special Victini, it's like you're going to be stuck in a situation. Same with Latias, even though the physical one isn't that good, it can set up home claws and it can sucker punch spam, which I like. Dark spam is a lot of fun. Clicking just like knock off a lot, which right now my team's kind of weak to knock off with these first two picks. That's why I should have grabbed Hydreigon, but it's okay because we grabbed a very, very, very bulky Mega that can swap into knockoffs almost all the time. Mega Blastoise. Recently, Mega Blastoise has become one of my favorite Pokemon to use. It just hits so hard and it can tank hits like no one's business. Like even super effective hits, it can live, which is amazing. I love that. Blastoise, it gets Mega Launcher, which is really nice. So things like you can run like Water Pulse if you wanted to. Water Pulse gets Mega Launcher boosted. So does Aura Sphere. I'm pretty sure Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, and Nudu. I don't know if Flash Cannon does or not. I'm pretty sure it does. I'm not 100% sure though. Signal Beam. So like I used to run Signal Beam on when I brought this thing to Ubers. I used Signal Beam to hit Hoopos on bounds, and that was fun. It was a weird Blastoise set, but it was cool. This thing can be run physical. It does have an attack stat of base 103, so it can be like Waterfall, Break, Dragon Tail, Earthquake. Gets Fake Out, Gyro Ball, Ice Punch, Outrage, Power Up Punch, Rapid Spin, Rock Slide. It does not get Swords Dance, which sucks. I'm pretty sure it is the only Kanto starter that does not get Swords Dance. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. It can be a sub-attacker. Surf is just a really hard attacking move. Water Spout, if I know I'm going to outspeed things, like I can set up a Tailwind with Butter Rocket and then just Water Spout things. And honestly, off of a base 135 special attack set, there's not a lot of swap-ins, which is nice. So this is like another, like, it could be run defensive or especially offensive with the chance of being physically offensive. But like physically offensive Mega Blastoise is not that good when you have a huge special attack set with really good moves to back it up. It has great coverage. I mean, it hits ground types. Steel Fighting gets a Flash Cannon, so you can hit those rocks and fairies. Focus Blast, hit rock, steel types. Dark Pulse to hit your psychic types. Dragon Pulse to hit dragon types. Like, you can run this thing many, many ways, and that's what I love. It can be Aurora, Rapid Spin. It does give me Rapid Spinner, which is really nice, really, really, really nice. But yeah, that's why I just love Trux, the Mega Blastoise. And looking at my team, I'm still like, kind of like, eh. Oh, that's not good. Let's just work offline, because why not? I don't know why I just disconnected. That's kind of weird. But anyway, moving on, we have a great. We probably have one of the best. We have one of the best like knockoff swap-ins right here. In Midna, the Umbreon. Now this thing, looking stat-wise, base 95 HP, 65 attack, 110 defense, 60 special attack, 130 special defense, and 65 speed. So this thing can't hit hard, but it does get foul play. So week 1, I go against David. Do you really like the chances of David bringing like a Haxorus, which he has against me? He's gonna be like kind of worried about that because a foul play from a Umbreon to a Haxorus is doing like a minimum 67% or something like that. And after Stealth Rocks, that thing is gonna get really, really worn down. So I have a really good I have a pretty good response to a Haxorus right here. Not saying it's going to be my swap into a Haxorus, because nothing really can swap into a Haxorus that isn't a Fairy type, and it does get Poison Jab. Haxorus is such a good mon. I really wanted it, but, you know, Latias was on the board and I panicked. But this thing is thick. Like, 130 special defense, 110 defense. It can be run both ways. It gets foul plays, and it gets Wish. So you have a base 95 HP Wish Passer into, like, my base 79 Blastoise. Butter Rocket only has 90, and Victini has 100. So this thing can really support the team, which is nice. Like, Wish gets Heal Bell, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it gets Heal Bell. No, it does. Does it? Yeah, there it is. I was like, does it not get Heal Bell? It gets Heal Bell. It gets Wish. It can be a Rest Sleep Talk set. It can taunt like things like Fortress. It's like its move pool is really like supporty, but like you can't really be offensive with this mon. Really small. I don't think it gets that move that swaps its attack and defense. What is it, like power swap or something like that? Let's see. Do you get power swap? Nope, you don't. So it's whatever. If this thing did get power swap, that would be a fun set to use. Synchronize is such a weird move. Trump card, Donald Trump. Anyway, like this thing can just tank hits and foul play it. Can toxic stall it. Baton pass, slow baton pass is really nice. You can baton pass things like a curse. There is baton pass clause, so you can't baton pass attack and a speed at the same time, but you can baton pass things like attack and defense at the same time. So like if I can set up a curse, lots of curses, and baton pass into like a Victini that has a white herb and assault vest. No, you can't do that. Never mind. I was like white herb assault vest, but you can't hold both. But you get the idea. Like you can baton pass out into stuff and with this thing, and it's gonna hit. It's not gonna hit hard unless it's foul play, like I said, but it's gonna tank hits, and that's what I want. I wanted a good like defensive mon to support the team. So, looking at my team, I wanted to complete my Fire, Water, Grass core. So I go and grab Breloom 1-up Technician. This thing has 3 really nice abilities. Effect Sport. So like I can run a defensive Breloom if I wanted to, which isn't the best, but I could. Like things that I can swap into a Fake Out from a Mega Lopunny or a Mega Metacham. And I get a 30% chance to poison, paralyze, or put it to sleep, which could come in clutch. This thing can also be a Poison here, Black Sludge substitute set. I've seen on the ladder that's actually pretty decent, pretty like annoying. But my favorite one is the Technician set with substitute Focus Punch, Seed Bomb, Synthesis. I only put Technician on there because you can swap out the move Focus Punch for like Mach Punch, or I mean Synthesis for like Mach Punch. Force Palm is there. It can Leech Seed Stall, Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch, excuse me as I yawn. Power Up Punch, Mach Punch is really fun to use. Bullet Seed, throw that on there, and Synthesis, and you're good to go. Or you can run like a coverage move. I think it gets like Aerial Ace. Does it get Aerial Ace? No, it doesn't. Oh, it does get Counter, so that could be fun to use. It gets False Swipe, which I'm never going to use. Fury Cutter, that's bad. I'm trying to see, because I haven't used this thing in a while. I want to try to like remember all of its moves it gets. It does get a Rock Tomb, so that gets Technician boosted, which could be cool to use. Worry Seed, so you can like I've used actually a Worried Seed, a sub Worried Seed Breloom on the ladder for things like Talonflame. Like you substitute on it to swap in, and then you Worry Seed its Brave Bird away, and then after you die, you swap it or you Thunder Punch. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I don't know if you could hear that. But it does get Spore, and Spore's probably one of the best grass moves because it's 100% sleep no matter what. Unless it's a Magic Bounce user or you somehow miss because of Bright Powder. Which can be clutch because you put something to sleep and then you swap out to something that can like set up like Terrakion, which we'll go over in a minute. Victini, he can just V-create it to death. This thing can Calm Mind, Butter Rocket. Blastoise can just Scald things, put it in burn. Scald's best move in the game. So yeah, Breloom was a good fit. I like it a lot. It hits really hard, and it can sort of be a defensive like wall breaker, if you want to point it that way. I mean, base 130 attack is nothing to sweep on. It's just the rest of its stats are like mediocre. 70 speed's okay, 60 special defense, 80 defense, 60 special attack, and 60 HP. Honestly, I think the only reason it's OU is because it has a base 130 attack, Technician, Sword Stance, Mach Punch, which is so much fun. It can be banded. I've ran banded Breloom, and it's like there's no swap-ins. It's great. So, moving on to our 6th pick of the draft, I was tied between Scizor, and Scizor's one of my favorite Pokemon to use in League format. It was just sitting there. And I really wanted Scizor, but I was like, I need probably the best knockoff swap-in in the game because of Justified. And that is Terrakion. Sakazuki is here. If you don't understand the reference, then go watch One Piece. But Sakazuki with Close Combat, Stone Edge, Iron Head, and Zen Headbutt. Oof, this thing hits really hard and it has a great move pull. It gets the Earthquake Stone Edge combo. It has Poison Jab and Iron Head for fairies and wild grass types. Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Superpower, X Scissors, and Headbutt. Close Combat, like Swords Dance, it can get taunt people. I used to run X Scissor just for the fact that Who Run Bound was OU at one point. So I had to run this thing with Scarf. So I can outspeed a Scarf Hoopa. Man, I got really tired all of a sudden. It's a whatever. So I can outspeed a Scarf Hoopa and like kill things. And Terrakion is the definition of a great wall breaker. Really fast, hits really hard, not a lot of swap-ins, good coverage. This thing is meant to wear down big walls and then let things like Latias or Victini or Blastoise to come in and just sweep. This gives me 2 fighting types, which, I mean, I'm okay with because I have 2 psychic types, and those 2 kind of, like, psychic fighting, like, synergize really well. Most of the things psychic are weak to, which is dark, bug, and... Well, yeah, dark and bug are the 2 it covers. It's also weak to ghost, and, yeah, ghost. These things can cover, because fighting hits the dark type for super effective damage, and it can resist bug types. My team's kind of like low-key bug weak, but I'm not too worried about it. There's not too many good bug types. I mean, Scissor was drafted by David. Volcarona was drafted by Greg. Those are like the 2 best. Mega Pinsir was drafted. I don't know by who, though. Pretty sure it was drafted. But I feel like we can handle. I mean, this thing 4 times resists bug, which is nice. It hits really hard. I mean, Close Combat, there's no swap-ins. I can run Superpower if like I don't want the defensive drops, but it drops my drops my attack. Sacred Sword is actually really clutch if you're going against something that boosts their defense and you know they're going to bring that. I would never run Aerial Ace unless it was like absolutely necessary, but we're going to move on. So that's the first 6, and going into round 7, I was like, oh, I kind of need a Steel type. I looked on the board, and Escavalier and Registeel were on the board still. And I'm like, I need to grab one of those. So I was discussing with my friend Greg, and Jesus Christ, I cannot stop yawning. And Registeel, we weighed out my options, and I was like, look, I can grab Registeel, and it gives me a Stealth Rocker, and it hits really hard, but Escavalier can be more offensive, and I was thinking of, like, oh, like Swords Dance, Megahorn, there's not many swap-ins, and it's only weak to fire, and my team kind of handles fire very well. But, after thinking, I was like, well, look, I need a Stealth Rock user, let's grab Registeel. So, Registeel, its base HP is 80, and attack is 75, so not too shabby. It has 150 defense in both defenses, 75 special attack, 50 speed. This thing is the definition of a mixed wall, and there's not many things can take it out in one hit. Like, outside of like super effective damage, like Lucario, close combating it, that's what the Chobble Berry's there for. There's really not much that can one-shot this thing, and it can set up curses. The Curse Rest Sleep Talk set is very annoying to deal with. But personally, I like a Berry holding Registeel, and that has counter, Thunder Wave, Iron Head, Stealth Rocks. Like, this is probably my favorite Registeel set. This is what it just automatically pointed to. If I have counter, I most likely go max defenses. If it learns Mirror Quote, that'd be cool, but it doesn't, so counter is the way to go. Iron Maiden is here. It can be a normal gym blow up explosion roll. It can be if you want it to, it can be a Rock Polish sweeper with Rock Polish power up punch coverage move Iron Head. But I love the speed control with this thing. Gets Amnesia, so you can run max. You can run Amnesia Iron Defense. Oh my god, that's gross. That makes me feel gross. Whatever. And then run Rock Polish and just explode. Just set up 3 times and just explode for shits and giggles. I don't know why that's so funny, but whatever. I don't know why Curse isn't like up here, because that's a very used move from this thing. But yeah, Registeel is here, and it's gonna eat hips. It's probably gonna be like, I'm gonna try to bring it to at least half of my games. But if I don't, then it's whatever. It's one of those like mons I've never used in League format, but I want to just see how it goes and hope it works. Another mon I haven't used in League format is Ditto Mr. Steal Yo Girl. And as you can see, there's just like random stuff down here, because the only thing you really need to worry about in EVs with a Ditto is your HP, because you copy all other stats, nature, stat boost, and everything when you imposter it, and you throw on a choice scarf and you're always going to sweep. I mean, like David, I could use David as an example because he's my weak 1 opponent. He's probably not going to want to bring Swords Dancing Haxorus or Dragon Dance Haxorus or Swords Dance Scissor or like any setup things, because if Ditto comes in with a choice scarf against it, it kind of just, it can counter sweep, which is something that is very fun to do. Is like when people set up Dragon Dances with Salamances and proceed to sweep me, I just let my whatever go down and then send in Ditto and then just click Outrage a few times and beat him, because it's just Ditto can copy everything. It's amazing. He just copies you and steals your girl, and he's ready to go. I don't know if I want to do shiny or not. Let me know in the comments if you want shiny Ditto or regular Ditto. It doesn't matter to me because it just copies it, but the blue is kind of cool. So, up next we have Vape Nation, the Wheezing, holding a black sludge with Levitate. This thing is interesting. It has pretty good, decent bulk. I don't know why it's specially defensive. Probably because Will-O-Wisp is on here. But, I mean, 65 HP, 120 defense, 70 special defense, 98 attack, and 85 special attack. This thing is, like I said, interesting to say the least. It doesn't learn any physical poison moves, so you kind of have to run special almost every single time. But it does get a good bit of, like, slowing down sweepers with, like, Clear Smog, Destiny Bond, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, Toxic Spikes for more hazard control, setup. Memento is a pure poison type with Levitate, so it's only weak to Psychic. It gets Taunt as well, which is nice. Excuse me, I don't know if you heard that, but I burped. I've used the Grudge Wheezing before with a Castop Berry. It has like Grudge on it, because if you can knock off like a sweeping Haxorus' like Outrage, that would be very clutch. Sludge, Smog, like your typical kind of stuff. It's like, it doesn't have the greatest move pool, but it can take hits and set up like Toxic Spikes, like I said, can taunt things. It was meant for a fighting resist, because I needed a fighting resist at this point. I have four things weak to fighting on my entire team if you don't count Ditto, being Terrakion, what was it? Umbreon, Registeel, and Rhydon. The horn the EV. This thing, the horn is here. The horn. THE space HORN is ready. And speaking, if you want to talk about bulk, look. Hold on. Wait. We're just gonna get rid of this. Base 105 HP. 130 attack, 120 defense, 45 special attack, 45 defense, and 40 speed. So, 3 of its stats are just amazing. 3, not so much. But what this gives me is a actually really good chancey check, because you just put that HP above 400, and Seismic Toss won't break its substitutes. You put max speed, and you run this set, you can just set up on Chanseys and Blissies all day. Like, there's nothing they can do. You just win at this point. And Adamant Nature, you live the Seismic Toss, you Rock Polish, you Swords Dance on it, and you Stone Edge kill it. It's literally that simple. This thing's attack stat is great. Its defense is great. Throw an Eviolite on it. It gets a boost. 276 times 1.5, I believe, is just about... Hold on. I'm going to do this math in my head. Times 1.5, so you got to divide by 2 and then add it to that. So, math with Cameron. So it's a 1... And then you gotta put 3 and then 8. So 138 plus 276 equals what its defense is. We're not gonna talk about its special defense because it's not so good. Just kidding. I've seen weakness policy with rock polish pull it off. Like this thing, this thing eats like a surf from or an HP grass or whatever. Something that's weak because it has the bulk investment in sets of rock polish and just sweeps. And that's what I like about Rhydon. It's a mon that you probably won't prep for a lot, and if you don't, it can sweep you. But it's very it's very situational. Like the chances of you getting these two off at the same time are very slim. But what I love about this thing the most is its move pool. This thing has an insane. It has Mega Horn, Outrage, Power, Poison Jab, like Ice Punch. Like these 4 moves just chilling together like it's no big deal. Like what? Gen 1 Pokemon had just some of the craziest movesets. It does learn Horn Drill, so you're going to see me click Horn Drill one time at least this season. I'm calling it now. I just dropped my keys. I don't know how loud that was. It gets Iron Tail, which, I mean, yay, I guess. I don't like 75%. I don't like any move that's under the accuracy of, like, 90, because I usually miss 90% moves. If you haven't noticed on this channel yet, I miss a lot of moves. But it's whatever. So, rounding out the last pick of the draft. I didn't know what to grab. I wanted Stoutland, but that got drafted. Stoutland's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time to use in League. Just because of, like, it's a Stoutland, and Banded Stoutland has no swap-ins with Scrappy, and it has a great move pool, but I couldn't get that. So I was like, alright, whatever. Quagsire was drafted, like, round 3 or something stupid like that, and it's not that good. Like, Quagsire's not that good for round 3. I was thinking about grabbing it, too. No, I got drafted. So I was just looking, and I was like, I'm just going to grab something to take on fighting types. And honestly, Scyther 4 times resists fighting, and it's a Technician EVLite user. Now, its HP is only 70, its attack is 110, 80s in the defense is 55 in special attack and 105 in speed. Like I said, though, these two get boosted, which is really nice because of the EVLite. And you can invest in HP if you need it, but it gets Bug Bite, Technician boosted, Aerial Ace, Technician boosted. Both those are stab. In Pursuit, you can Pursuit trap things. You can also run Defog if you want, which is bad. Knockoff, Night / Quick Attack for stab, U-turn, X Scissor. So I got a pretty okay like Volt Turn. I'm pretty sure Terrakion gets U-turn. I know Victini does. Do you get U-turn, buddy? Oh, buddy, oh, pal. Actually, I really don't think you do, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, you do. No, you don't. Yeah. So, I got 2 U-turners. I got a Baton Passer. I just don't have a Volt Switcher. I don't have an Electric type on this team, which I'm considering grabbing an Electric type. Like, one of these two might go. I'm leaning towards losing Scyther for an Electric type, to be honest, but I don't think I need an Electric type, even though I really want one. But, you know, you can't, like, get everything. Like, I didn't get a Fairy type because I was originally going to grab Mega Gardevoir. That got drafted, and I was like, alright, whatever. And I'll draft a different one. I don't remember what I wanted, but it got drafted. Oh, what is it called? Florges, that got drafted. It's whatever. Like, you can't get a perfect draft. And this draft is just meant to, like, have fun. Like, I'm not going to stress this at all. I want to win. I'm going to try to win a championship, like always, but to be honest, like, I'm not going to stress if I, like, get 6-0'd week 1 by David, which I know won't happen because David's bad, and he'll probably click Sword Stance instead of Dragon Dance on his Actress, and then he'll just get annihilated. But, you know, I'm gonna go now. I'm pretty tired. It's like 11 o'clock right now, and I have school. I wasn't expecting to do this. I kind of just, like, happened. So, yeah, I'm gonna get about. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like button. Leave a comment in the description. No, not description. I say that almost every single time. Check out the description for some, like, I don't know. Just check out the description. Cool stuff will be down there. Comment section, let me know, like, what kind of sets you want to see me run. Do you want to see me run a Double Dance Rhyhorn? I mean, Rhydon. Rhyhorn. I should have drafted Rhyhorn. Do you want to see me run like an offensive Wheezing or like a Choice Banded Ditto? Choice things like that, like some silly stuff, like physically offensive Mega Blastoise, especially offense like Calm Mind Terrakion. I will run Calm Mind Terrakion if I have to. Like, let's see, Calm Mind, Focus Blast. Do you learn any specialty? Let's check out your rock moves. Stone Edge, let's go rock. Do you learn Ancient Power? Don't. God, you're lame. Okay, so Calm Mind, Focus Blast, Hidden Power, Rock, Earth Power. Bam. Viable set. Breaking the meta right here and now. I'm just kidding, guys. Hope you guys have a good day. But with that, I'm gonna get up out. See you guys next time. Bye.